worried because Andrew Ranger, who was running in third place, is in for a pit stop, which should potentially be his last one. They're already on the left side. Now remember, Tagliani stopped 24 seconds. They were 10 seconds better.
Okay, now you know what they want? A caution flag.
Yes,
they get one right here. It will put them in a really good spot.
We talked about if you're the first guy to make that last stop, you sometimes, most of the time, have the benefit.
Well, the benefit is if the caution comes out now, he's the only one that can take advantage of it. If it goes here a few laps and the other cars get on pit road, then it kind of evens itself out. But right now, Andrew Ranger is sitting in a good spot.
Ooh, I just saw some more raindrops on that camera lens.
And that could bring out a caution.
Well, let's hope not. We had a few sprinkles earlier. Right now, Marcus Ambrose is closing in on some lap traffic. We can tell you that there are now 4 cars at least 1 lap down, including Antonio Perez, Eric Darnell, Mark Green, and Jeffrey Earnhardt. Jeffrey's been the beneficiary of 3 of the lucky dogs.
Take a look right there. 166 miles an hour down the straightaway. Hard braking into this corner.
There's those curbs he said he didn't want to hit.
You see, they're coming down to 50 miles an hour and below from 166 miles an hour. So you see why the brakes are taxed so heavily here.
It is Jean-Francois Dumoulin, another one of the Canadian contingent. As there's Carl Edwards peeling off from second place. So he's making a pit stop here. As we are working with 32 laps to go, this should be his last stop, as he makes his way that long trip down pit road towards Dave Burns. Dave?
And we're waiting Carl Edwards right now, slowly coming down pit road. The trouble for Carl has been the right-handers when he steps on the throttle. That's when the car gets a little bit loose. So they're going to make a chassis adjustment and a slight air pressure adjustment, plus the 4 fresh tires, plus the packet full of Sunoco fuel, so we don't have to worry about any fuel shortages at the end of the day, guys.
14.7 on the actual stop. As he makes his way back out, you notice that was Antonio Perez. He went by also in pit lane. Coming on to pit road now, the 62 of Brendan Gaughan finished second yesterday with Andy Lally in the Grand Am race. They were running a GTS or GT Porsche in that race. They did a very fine job. He took the first shift. They've got a little bit of damage on that left front as well, Rusty.
Yeah, it looks like RWI's body shop's going to be busy.
Yeah, left fronts for some reason, Andy. It's all both cars, left front problems.
Dave, you're up again.
Yeah, and remember early in the race, look at the right side of that car as well. He pancaked the side of that, so it's a good comeback for Brendan. They'll take on 4 tires for him, and you talked about that GT Porsche he raced yesterday. That was good lap experience for him. Just getting used to this place, hitting his marks. 4 fresh tires for Brendan, and he should be done pitting for the day with a little fender adjustment there as well.
And they're taking a little bit longer on this stop. They're up to 23.8 seconds before they get back out, but at least they got that fender away from the tire and the wheel, so he'll get back out, shown in 29th position. We should update you. We just got word Mark Green in the 49 is now officially retired, as here comes Paul Menard. So Menard, as the top of this field, slowly but surely is making their last round of pit stops here with 31 laps to go. And the busiest man in pit lane is back to Dave Burns.
Yeah, for now, Marty, but that will change as business picks up all up and down pit road. Paul Menard, the very good road racer, now comes in for 4 fresh tires. He told the team he needs more forward bite in his car, so they're going to make an air pressure adjustment for that. Change 4 tires and full of fuel. Jamie?
And Stephen Light, the 29, they've been chasing the balance on this car all day. 4 tires, Sunoco fuel, track bar adjustment for the 2nd time today. You see him working on the left side there. Stephen Light started 11th. He's down and away. Been top 10 all day, guys.
Yeah, he's had a very good, consistent run in this car, and not a lot of damage compared to some of the others that we have seen. So a good day so far for Stephen Light, as he's made what should be his last stop, as we are still under green flag conditions, and now we've gone 13 laps under green, which we're wondering if we were ever going to get that many. But there he comes, our race leader.
Still making another lap, not coming down pit road. It's 31 laps to go. We're coming down to 30 laps to go this time.
That is Kenny Wallace right in front of Marcus. Kenny fell back. He had gotten himself into the top 10. He is right now 25th, the last car on the lead lap. And he's got some damage on the front end, so maybe that's part of his issue. There you see on the right front corner. And he goes a lap down, but the thank you fans for the 5,000 and plus that donated to help get him over $100,000 that they needed to come to this race. And it has been an interesting story. It's even been picked up by the Canadian media up here. And so a great experience for the Herminator. Great experience right now for Marcus Ambrose as here comes Boris Sais. Now, Boris peels off. He was running in the top 6 positions as he makes his way slowly down pit lane for what should be his final stop. We're going to go with Justin Fiedler over the wall on this one. Here we go.
5 off. 5 on.
Roll the tire, roll the tire.
5 on.
There you go.
5 on. Done. Go, go, go.
Go.
19 seconds for the team. Not the fastest that we've seen, but also not the slowest. And Boris back out on what should be his final run towards the checkered flag.
Marcus Ambrose passes the pit lane entrance again, so he's going to make yet another lap.
Somebody real slow. I just saw it on the very top of the screen there coming down the front straightaway. Marcus went blowing by, and that gives you an idea as we pull back. So it looks like it's Morgan Shepherd that we're being told. And yes, he is finally getting back up to some speed.
That's Brent Rowe in the
Brent Rowe, I'm sorry. As he slowed down and then all of a sudden did start to pick back up. Well, we just got word that that pit stop for the 09, while we were focusing on what was happening with Justin Fiedler, they have gotten a penalty. They rolled a tire outside the box. So they're going to have to come through. Yeah, they're going to have to come back through.
You have to do a pass through. Roll the tire.
Andy, I'm watching Marcus Ambrose right now. He has got, I believe he's in his window right now to make it.
Yeah, Jean-Francois has turned it around, trying to get back out on track. He's had a very rough day. You can tell he's gotten his nose punched in.
It's been eventful.
And then some.
Hey, what if Marcus don't get that car down pit road pretty quick? He might get hung out there if a caution flag happens.
He'll be coming this time.
He's got to get that car down pit road right now. They get in trouble if he doesn't.
And remember,
he's in the hairpin, so he's got a little ways to go to the entrance, but I think he'll pit this time.
Remember, he has led the most laps. It's Tony Raines. He was running 14th. Tony's in the pits for his final stop. A good run for Tony going right now. And we'll get back to Marcus in just a moment as we watch the Long John Silver's crew. At 17.9 seconds. And all tires are in the box.
Well, Marcus Ambrose bypassed pit lane yet again.
Well, and we better point out, Marcus led both the most laps last year and the year before. Here he comes one more time, stretching it another lap. And both those races, things happened that kept him from victory.
Okay, so we're hearing they're going to pit this time. The only risk here is if the caution comes out now, but before he can get in, he's going to lose a lot of track position. Now, if he makes it into pit lane before the caution, what happened to fall? He'll be on equal ground with everyone and no problem at all. And here's Stephen Wallace now. He's in for his last stop, just gas only. You know, we saw him just a few laps ago get tires after he had a tire rub, so they can just get fuel.
They're telling him to go. He is now shown in 26th position, one lap down. And Kyle Busch peels off from third. Jamie?
I'll tell you, Marty, they really thought that the damage was going to hurt this car severely. Kyle Busch hasn't said a word. 4 tires that took a tear off the windshield, filled it up with fuel, and he's down and away. And J.R. Fitzpatrick in the 33 making his second ever start in the Nationwide Series, where Kevin Harvick Incorporated had a good run. He came in, he was about 7th. Car has been pretty good. They battled with the center of the turns, but the car has gotten better the longer runs. And now that it's cooling down a little bit, you see him putting on the left side tires. Rubbing the tape on the front, he's down and away, 15.3.
And as you finish up, we find out bad news for Tony Raines. Too fast entering pit lane, so he is going to have to come in and serve a penalty. And he was having a top 15 run, which for that team is excellent. But it's going to go for naught as he'll have to come back down.
Yeah, we've heard just how hard it is getting down this pit lane without getting caught speeding.